walking alone, singing a song, making my way through the day, yeah.
G'day, it's Mike Jessup from Oceancraft. Yeah, welcome aboard the Oceancraft 8200 Seawolf. This boat's in survey for 12 divers, that's 10 plus 2 crew, which is an ideal number for a lot of the dive charter companies. Basically, this boat features twin 140 horsepower Tohatsus, which are an excellent engine, giving us a total of 280 horsepower, and she really does get off a boogie. On the console here, we got the brand new Tohatsu multimeter gauges, which have got the all the relevant information about how the engine's tilted, and all the instruments for temperature and oil, and that sort of thing, all in a convenient gauge. I can control all the trim and tilt and throttle from here, and this boat will be capable of doing approximately 76 kilometers an hour, which is about 40 or 50 knots, which I'm about to demonstrate. There we go.
My castle, this is my country, my country. This is my home, this is my castle, this is my country, my country. This is my home, this is my castle, this is my country, my country. I was walking alone, singing a song, making my way through the day, yeah. When I finally found that crazy sound, it reminded me that yo. This is my home, this is my castle, this is my country, my country. This is my home, this is my castle, this is my country, my country. This is my home, this is my castle, this is my country, my country.
On the footage, we've just done a run through the bar there, and we hardly noticed. Under the seating here, we've actually got airtight, watertight in-tube storage for all your safety gear and charts and everything. Over here we got another 250 litres for, well, this being a dive charter boat, they're going to have weight belts and snorkels, fins, masts, and they're all tucked away neatly under here, and no one will ever know that they're in here. In the centre of the boat, where we've got all our camera gear, is a 20 bottle dive rack. It's actually 14 here, and then another 6 at the bow, which gives us a total of 20. So that's a first and second dive, basically. On the side here, we've got what we call a Nunu. That's a remote bilge, basically. It's an emergency bilge pump. You can actually bilge out the boat from any part manually. If you copped away, well, got a dumper over the back. For the dive ladder here, we've actually got when they enter the boat again, you've actually got a herringbone dive ladder there, which extends a good 6 foot, basically, from the transom. This is the Oceancraft patented Kazi deck locker and dunny. Basically, it's also a captain's chair. This is basically this is legal for use in any Australian waters. A fine feature of the boat, and when it's not being used as a dunny, you can use it as a deck locker, of course. And when it's not being used as a deck locker, it's a nice little seat with a cushion on for the captain when he's at rest. With a totally clear deck, you've actually got a ton of 1 cubic meter of storage without even noticing. There you keep all your life jackets and EPIRB flares and all that sort of thing in the airtight, watertight in-tube storage hatches. And same on both sides. These are 250 litres each, so that gives you a massive half a cubic metre of all your other gear. Basically, there's 12 life jackets on board here, coastals, which are fairly bulky, of course, for offshore use. This is in survey for 15 nautical miles offshore for that purpose. in a 25 knot wind. And another feature of this boat, as well as its twin 140 horsepower engines, to actually feed them, we've actually got a 200 litre fuel tank here under the transom here, which gives us approximately 2 days cruising. They're very economical, the Tohatsus, and of course we got a twin battery system with all safety and emergency connection all marked up there. Basically, the whole boat's full of foam, both under the deck and in the tubes. So structurally and from a damage limitation, this boat is probably the safest on the water, I'd say. Unlike a rubber ducky, it won't puncture and deflate. It looks like an inflatable boat that actually retains its pneumatic properties. That's to say, even though the foam filled, they're still also airtight. In addition to our buoyancy foam under the deck and in the tubes, the actual boat itself is airtight. So you've got nine separate airtight buoyancy sections, so you're safe as houses in this boat. It's the deepest V production monohull in the world, and this is official now. At 30 degrees, it's actually on a monohull. That's unheard of. Basically, the way we do that is, of course, we cheat. It's a trimaran at rest. As the boat's making way, the sponsons or tubes lift up out of the water, and they actually all the energy from the wake is recycled. So basically, the boat's got nowhere else to go but up. Now, what this means is that you've actually got it's reduced friction on the hull. You got sounds too good, doesn't it? But it's a super soft ride. It's actually surfing its own wake. She'll float in 300 mil of water, this boat, and actually plane. So when the divers get out on their dive site, basically they do a backward flip roll. We don't use it for throwing passengers out. And they will actually have their tanks on and full snorkel, mask and fin, watch me go overboard, and they just do a backwards flip of. Okay, on the console here we've actually got twin cigar lighter sockets. Of course, I'm charging my recharging my phone as usual, sucking gas all day. Basically, you got a panel of 10 switches here, which is all for your navigation lamps, your depth sounder, your horn, your fuel gauge, which tells us we got plenty of fuel, hopefully. Basically, you got the two remotes. That left hand is for the port engine, and right hand, of course, is for the starboard engine. They got two totally independent forward and back. You can maneuver the boat a lot easier, basically, when you got two props, because you can put them in conjunction with each other. It makes maneuvering a lot easier. Basically, you got a neutral warm-up throttle, which is for when you're revving up, when you're just warming up thing. Of course, there's your ignition key, and dynamic power trim and tilt. Now, what that means is you can actually adjust the trim of your motor according to your speed and loading, basically. So, which is a very handy thing indeed. That leads to fuel economy, speed, and power.
I was walking along, singing a song, making my way through the day, yeah. When I finally found